Izwe lethu, iAfrika, inkululeko. Come down, spirit of Sobukwe. 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 Ishamuya Sobukwe. Ishamuya Sobukwe. Ishamuya Sobukwe. Ishamuya Sobukwe. Ishamuya Sobukwe. Umanyano lweAfrika. Umanyano lweAfrika. Umanyano lweAfrika. Umanyano lweAfrika. Umanyano lweAfrika. Izwe lethu. Sons and daughters of the soil, I give thanks for that little opportunity. I think it is very important that when we gather as Africans and as Africanists, we invoke the presence and the spirit of our ancestors. For in Africa, a man does not die but forever lives. And so I take this opportunity and I invoke the presence and the spirit of Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe. I invoke the presence and the spirit of Obao Omutubeng, Obao Omasemula, Obao Sabelopama. We invoke the presence and the spirit of Umama Sobukwe, Omama Omutubeng, Omama Nomvoboy, and all the Pan-Africanists who have come before us and sacrificed their lives so that you and I today can stand here. Sons and daughters, I greet you in the divine names of our ancestors on whose shoulders we stand, whose blood runs through our veins, and whose experiences of slavery, colonialism, apartheid, torture, murder, rape, plunder are encoded in our collective consciousness and in our genetic memory. I greet you all in the sacred names of all our ancestors, those who have come before us, those in our midst, and those who are yet to be born. All those who are known and those who are unknown, those who are named and those who are unnamed. I'd like to express firstly my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this event, particularly the Office of Research and Graduate Studies in the College of Human Sciences, in convening this gathering. Allow me also to express my gratitude to my beloved sister, Zandi Khadebe, for her steadfastness, Ma-Africa, as well as ensuring that this gathering here takes place today. Indeed, I think that it would have been an eternal indictment on the conscience of this university, the University of South Africa, if this year marking the 40th anniversary of Sobukwe's systematic and orchestrated assassination had passed without Sobukwe being honored and celebrated. Sobukwe was a man of noble character, a visionary leader, a thinker, a pragmatic political activist, an ideologue, a philosopher par excellence. Sobukwe was a simple man, a teacher, a Methodist church preacher, a university lecturer, Sobukwe was a grounded man. He was a gardener. He was a father, a husband, a brother. Sobukwe was an outstanding man, a political leader, a prisoner, a graduate, an economist, a lawyer, the man most feared by the racist apartheid authorities and deemed the most dangerous man in South Africa. This is the man in whose name and memory we gather at this moment to reflect on his life, his supreme ideas, and his silenced and forgotten contributions to the Azanian liberation struggle. As already introduced, my name is Thando Sipuye, an executive member of the Blackhouse Kollective in Soweto. Mine is to speak briefly on the work that we do at the Blackhouse Kollective, and particularly our working relationship with the Sobukwe Trust and the Sobukwe family. And I'll be very brief, my Africa, because I do understand that we have people who are here to talk more on the Sobukwe. In March last year, realizing the conspiracy of erasure and silence around the contributions of the Sobukwes, the Blackhouse Kollective approached the Sobukwe family and the Sobukwe Trust with intentions to host a tribute lecture in honor of Mama Sobukwe on the occasion of her 90th birthday anniversary and to honor her for her contributions to the liberation struggle. We traveled to Frafreinet around March early last year to meet Mama Sobukwe and to express our intentions to her and to her family in person. We were warmly received, and upon stating our vision and intention of honoring Mama Sobukwe, we were granted the permission to proceed to organize the first ever tribute lecture in her honor. The inaugural tribute Zondeni Veronica Sobukwe tribute lecture was held last year at the Mofulo Communal Hall in Soweto, not far from where the Sobukwe family lived in Mofulo. It was delivered by Mama Ellen Mutupeng, a former president of the Africanist Women's Organization. Furthermore, in another attempt to inscribe Mama Sobukwe on the national consciousness and public discourse, in August 2017, as the members of the Blackhouse Kollective, we completed forms nominating Mama Sobukwe to receive a national order from the government. The Blackhouse not only nominated Mama Sobukwe to receive the highest honor in the land, but in fact, we went a step further. On the 28th of August, we wrote a letter to the presidency proposing the institution of a completely new national order named after Mama Sobukwe and dedicated to outstanding women who have made selfless sacrifices and contributed immensely in creating a just and equal society. We propose to the presidency that of all the 6 national orders that are currently in existence, none of them is named after a woman. 2 of them, in fact, are named after 2 men, Albert Luthuli and Oliver Reginald Tambo, respectively. Of course, our proposal to the presidency was not honored. The presidency did not heed to our call, but nonetheless, we registered our request with the office of the presidency. We received neither a response nor acknowledgement of receipt of our communique. And anyway, we had expected no change of heart to the conspiracy of silence and erasure that had hitherto marked Mama Sobukwe and her husband, Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe. It is now public knowledge that on the 28th of April this year, President Ramaphosa bestowed the Order of Luthuli in silver upon Mama Sobukwe. I want to state it here, as I always state it in other platforms, that Mama Sobukwe did not receive that order out of, a change of heart from the government or out of their own volition or because the ANC government had now changed their attitude towards the Sobukwes. The award was in fact a shameful indictment on the conscience of this nation that had relegated Mama Sobukwe to non-existence and the margins of national memory during her lifetime. Mama Sobukwe received that award because of the unwavering and diligent efforts of the activists of the Blackhouse Kollective who nominated her. Furthermore, Ma-Africa, realizing that 2018 would mark the 40th anniversary of Vaal Sobukwe's passing, his orchestrated murder, because Sobukwe did not die a natural death, and we need to completely and continuously, consistently state that Vaal Sobukwe did not die a natural death. His was an orchestrated and a systematic death. He was prevented access to medical care by the racist apartheid regime countless times. And so indeed, Forster, Jimmy Kruger, and others, they all conspired in the murder of Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe. We had foreseen that the government and our public institutions like universities and others would not dare celebrate or remember Sobukwe, as they always do with their other leaders. Together with the Sobukwe family and the Sobukwe Trust, we developed and curated a program to commemorate UPROF under the theme Sobukwe 40 Years On, a Silenced Voice of Liberation. The program comprised a number of activities, including public seminars, lectures, exhibitions, art and cultural activities, including poetry sessions, book launches, book readings, and theater and musical performances. Ma-Africa, I think at this stage, allow me, just because I know that I do not have time, allow me to state that one of the reasons why, as the Blackhouse Collective, we do the work we do is because we are inspired by the legacy of people such as Vaal Sobukwe, inspired by the legacy of Bantu Stephen Biko. And in fact, most of our work at the Blackhouse Collective is concentrated on uncovering some of the silenced narratives relating to the Black Consciousness Movement and the Pan-Africanist Congress of Azanian. We know for a fact that you can go on many other platforms and you can uncover information on other liberation movements, particularly the African National Congress. But there is very little that is publicly available on Vaal Sobukwe. I mean, I don't have to tell you that there is no publicly available voice of Vaal Sobukwe or any archive of his voice in this country. In fact, Umutsuko Pego even reveals to us in his books that even Sobukwe's testimony, his court testimony, when he was in court after being arrested for inciting the Sharpeville massacre, his testimony was completely expunged from the court records. And there is nothing that you can find on Vaal Sobukwe in the public platforms. And so part of our work is focused on uncovering Vaal Sobukwe's voice. And I can see my sister is already standing for me, so I think I'll get another time to share more Ma-Africa. But what I want to say is that some of the work that we had done, the Vice-Chancellor of the university, the Vaal University of Technology, earlier this year, visited Mama Sobukwe in Graaff-Reinet, stating intentions that they wanted to honor and celebrate Mama Sobukwe. And part and parcel of the work that we had planned earlier this year, in September, on the 18th September this year, we were supposed to host the second tribute lecture in honor of Mama Sobukwe at VUT. Unfortunately, you all know what happened. Mama Sobukwe left us. However, I want to state here that all the activities and programs that had been planned by the Blackhouse Collective, the Sobukwe Trust, and other partners like VUT are still to continue Africa. And later on this year, I hope that some of you will be part and parcel of the lecture that we will be hosting, celebrating Umama Sobukwe's life. Vaal University of Technology will also be bestowing an honorary doctorate on Mama Sobukwe. But furthermore, there is a nursing bursary that will be instituted and named after Mama Sobukwe by VUT. And we hope that other institutions such as this one will take a leaf and learn from this work. Let me end there, Africa. Israel.